You didn't want to go like full In the Air of the Night. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Oh Lord. All right. So
Okay.
do we go now? Hands on table. Welcome everyone.
Welcome. Take 10.
They're clap. Do we go on those clap things?
Yes.
I
I'm sure that's in our budget.
Just Gator Jaws. Turtle?
Yeah. Welcome to Geeky in the Brain.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Straight face. Welcome to Geeky in the Brain. I'm Ryan,
And I'm George.
and today we're gonna talk about another set of headphones. But what are they this time, George?
So today's pair of headphones is the Sony WH1000XM3s. So we're gonna talk about them right about.
Nice. I like it.
So these, Ryan, are the Sony WH1000XM3s.
Cool.
They are the latest addition to my collection of headphones and my absolute favorite in terms of noise canceling, and they blow the doors off of the Bose pairs I've worn, which is crazy because, well, Bose basically invented noise canceling headphone technology, but I compared these to the current pair of Bose noise canceling headphones, and Bose lost, which is
Were
really...
these the same Bose that we talked about in our last video?
No. So the other headphones I have are non-noise canceling. They are passive. In fact, if you want to grab their box right there off the shelf. So those headphones from last time were these. They were the Bose SoundTrue, or rather their first set of ones called the SoundTrue. Their official title is the AE2, or they relabeled them as the SoundTrues, and these don't have noise cancellation. But they did have a noise canceling counterpart, and their noise canceling counterpart was called the Quiet Comfort, and they have a bunch of those, QC20, QC25, 30, 35, and their current version is the 35 Mark II, which they had a Google Assistant, but as you can tell here on the box, these do have Google Assistant built into them, so it's kind of a given. What makes these special is a couple of things. Number one, Sony's newest noise canceling system, and between these and the step down from them, it still has a slight improvement in just noise canceling. I've compared these to the $200 pair that Sony has right beneath them, which I think they're called the 700XM2s. Good pair of headphones, but they aren't quite as good at noise canceling as these. They don't support the same level of Google Assistant control. Like, you can just say, okay, Google with these on your head, and they will support that, which is crazy. And I didn't even notice that until one day where I said that trying to talk to my Google Assistant in my room, and these went off anyways, because I was wearing them. So that's cool. 30 hours battery life is pretty competitive. Bose, the leading competitor, has the same kind of battery life. These are Bluetooth 4.2, which makes them still really good. I would have liked to have seen Bluetooth 5.0 in them, but other than that, they are quite great. So let's start by taking them out of their box.
Yeah.
So inside the box, you get pretty much a really clean Spartan approach. It's the same thing that Bose does, actually, just kind of a cardboard box with nothing important in it. It's got an NFC pad that you can barcode scan, and it'll tell your phone to automatically install the app, but there really is no need to do that. You can just download it off the App Store by typing in the Sony app, or you can not bother with it at all. I didn't even bother installing the app. I still have it. I don't really see a point. So inside the really surprisingly nice cloth carrying case, it's actually well made.
It is nice.
I had a person, a friend of mine is into headphones who bought the $200 pair, actually asked me where they could buy a case for their 700s, and I told them I don't know where to get one at all. I'm not really sure we could buy one, but you just buy the more expensive headphones and they include a carrying case. That's the reason.
That's where they get you.
You spend the extra $150 just for the carrying case, guys. You get nothing else. It's just the carrying case. But no, so the headphones come in, they fold flat, and really only advantage to these over the last generations, the XMs, the 1000XM2s, was the fact that this pair can actually fit snugly and comfortably on your shoulders. The prior models only did this, and so you found the ear pads just constantly hitting you in the chin, which is great, I guess, if you like padded chin. Not really a fan. But in terms of comfort, they're really, really comfy. So you get the headphones, you get a really poorly made airline adapter. I mean, this is like the cheapest thing you could possibly imagine. And we're talking $350 pair of headphones, and this is like a 30-cent part.
What is that for?
This is so if you go to like an airline, a lot of airlines still have a 2-plug setup. They have two 3.5s, there's a left and a right channel, and it combines into a single 3.5. I have no use for this. Even when I go on airlines, I'll just use the Bluetooth functionality. They last 30 hours in Bluetooth. So then inside of the box, you get a cord and a adapter, or rather, you don't get this adapter for free. I just happen to have one in here because I keep it with it permanently. I forgot I left this in here. This is a 1/4-inch plug, and I have this because, well, I plug most of my headphones into a large amplifier that runs 1/4-inch. But you get a decent cable. I'm really surprised that for a $350 pair of headphones, this isn't braided. Kind of surprising. Like, it's not a bad cable. It's well made. Like, it's sturdy, but I think they just assume that no one's ever going to use this, and so they cheap out by buying and making a crappier cable. So it's a tough connector, but it's You're just gonna break that?
I can confirm it's durable.
That's your solution to durability?
You're welcome.
Okay. We'll start by letting you try these on just for sheer comfort.
Cool.
So I think 3 clicks for you?
Maybe. Can I wear them with my hat?
Probably. Probably add an extra click then. So comfy, not comfy?
They're okay.
Okay, so on these headphones, they have noise canceling. So by turning them on, you hear this little button right here. And now
Power on.
all the sound should just kind of fade away.
Oh, that's cool.
Creepy, right?
That's weird.
Everything's kind of like faded out.
Is this Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Hey, that's my phone.
Yep.
Hey.
So let Ryan try these out and see what he thinks. The noise canceling. So you can also turn the noise cancellation off, and it's a series of buttons. There's 2 buttons on the headphone, like physical buttons. There's a single on-off button, which turns it off and turns it on. And a little further behind it, right here, there's a click button that allows you to turn on active mode, where it plays back the external sound. So right now, anything I say gets amplified into the headphones. So even though they're blocking out excess noise, they're feeding it back into the earbuds anyways. Click it again, and the noise cancellation turns off completely, and then it's just regular ambient sound. And then click it again, and the noise cancellation turns back on, and Ryan gets to watch what apparently is Smash TV. Man, he has the volume turned up pretty loud. We just have very little sound leak, and I can still hear it a little bit, which just goes to show. I don't think he can hear a word I'm saying, so we can just continue insulting Ryan all he likes. He's going to hear this whenever he gets to the recording and editing part of this, but his choice of television is just terrible. But thankfully, he can't hear a word I'm saying. It's pretty great. He somewhat always winds up punching the air. Is this the same thing as last time? Is this the same song as last time?
No, it's not. So I was listening to Smash by Starbomb, which is by Ego Raptor.
Oh, he has music now?
And Game Grumps.
Ego Raptor has music now?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been doing this for a long time.
Well, it's his friend Dan. So Ego Raptor, Aaron, and Dan do Game Grumps. And Dan has a band called Ninja Sex Party.
That I've heard of.
And then they also did an album of Starbomb, a bunch of video game songs. It's actually really good.
So these do have touch controls. Wrong box, we go to this box. These do have touch controls built into them. It's pretty simplistic. The app would tell you how, but if you're really lazy, you can just flip over the box, and there's a series of touch controls. So on the right side ear tip, there is an option to swipe up for power, for volume up, swipe down for volume down, swipe forward to go forward a track, backwards to back a track, and then tapping in the center pauses or plays, or it answers a call, because it does have built-in microphone for call quality, so you can take calls on it. And then if you want to plug in wired headphones and get higher sound quality, because you do get higher bit rate over wired, you plug in the wiring cord and plug it in. So they do work out really, really well. So far, these have been fantastic, to the point that I wound up walking into work with these when I first got them. I wound up sitting in my lunch break with them. I wound up walking around my sales floor where I work with them. I could not stop wearing them for a good while because they're really comfy. They have great noise canceling. They sound really good. Their battery life's great, so it's hard to beat.
It's everything a responsible adult would say.
What's your opinion?
It's pretty good. Noise canceling's cool. I do remember you once talking about noise isolation and noise canceling.
Yeah.
What's the big difference?
If we compare headphones, so like the Bose here, these headphones. The Bose headphones have noise isolation, or earbuds have noise isolation. So that's a silicon seal that blocks out noise by physically stopping it. So think of it in terms of like an earplug. So you put an earplug in, and by physically blocking sound from going down your ear canal into your eardrum, it blocks out noise. The tricky part about that is you're never going to block everything unless you somehow have a material that can block sound entirely, and I can't name anything that at that small quantity will block out sound completely. So what noise cancellation does is, instead of just physically blocking it, which these of course still do, physically covering your ears, there are dual microphones. There's a microphone here and here. There's an onboard processing unit that receives the audio from those microphones. It then plays it with a reverse sine wave. So in terms of like frequency waves, think of that like waves of water. Yeah. So it'll have a splash and a downturn. So it goes up and then down, up and then down. And for the sake of things, if you were to make one noise with one volume go up, and another noise with the same amplitude but go down, it would flatten out. So that's kind of how that works. That noise cancellation allows it to play in a backwards format. And by doing so, it can remove those noises. You can't remove it completely. There's no way to completely take away sound, because you'll have some sound reverberating through your bones, you'll have some sound reverberating through the headphones themselves, and so on and so forth. You can't take away energy from everything, which is what you would have to do to really have complete no noise. It would be to remove the sound wave energy from that area. You really can't do that.
Can't take energy from everything?
No, unless you're in I guess absolute zero, which isn't achieved yet.
What if I have all the Infinity Stones?
I mean, sure. I'll just call up Thanos, and we'll see what he does. He'll snap his fingers and one of us will die, because that's how that works.
I feel good.
I think I'm gonna die. I have to. I'm wearing a Spider-Man hoodie. I clearly die.
I'm feeling so good.
Yeah, I clearly have to disappear while being hugged by Tony Stark. That's how that works. But yeah, these are really great, and so that's kind of the advantage of noise cancellation. And it's been a long time coming. You'll see this technology used quite frequently if you watch an NFL game or a major sporting event involving football, I think, or MLB right now. As Bose is the lead sponsor of those. Bose is also, or at least was, the official headphone of American Airlines and Delta Airlines for a long time. And you'll find that pilots oftentimes wear either a Bose noise canceling headphone or a Sony canceling headphone. Now, they'll be extensively better than this. They won't be something as little as these. The ones you're going to see on airlines, they use huge ear cups that have noise isolating, because they're the same kind of ear cups you're going to see on like gun range headphones and the kind of ones you see on guys like riding around on lawnmowers. Yeah. Those block out noise. Those are passive. So they're going to combine this technology with that technology to remove propellers and jet noises. Because something like an airplane, especially a small propeller plane, is incredibly loud for the pilot. And they need to be able to talk and converse back and forth. So we'll have high-end technology like this, tenfold, to make up for that. So everyone like an airline headset, or ever seen like a pilot wearing headphones, they're gonna have this kind of technology built into those headphones.
So what did they do before this technology?
Really just a lot of doing big piles of muffling. So those same pilots, before they got noise cancellation technology, would do those big earmuffs. Just huge amounts of noise isolating, and they have foam, so you have a little bit of foam in here, and this is mostly for ear comfort, but this is closed cell foam. It does block a lot of vibrations. So you'll have this, and you'll have a thick membrane behind that to try to keep noise from getting through it. And so you'll notice that a lot of new pilots headsets are actually quite a bit smaller than, say, if you go back in time to like an 80s or a 70s TV show or a film, like
Top Gun.
Yeah, watch Top Gun. I was gonna say Top Gun, and look at the headset Tom Cruise is wearing, and then compare that to like a current airline headset. You'll notice that Tom Cruise's headset is quite a bit more clunky than a lot of the current ones are. And it has to be. It's because it didn't have the kind of technology you're going to see here, as advanced as it is now. It's actually a pretty old technology. The concept of destructive wave noise cancellation has been around for a good long time. Just not at a consumer level. But yeah, that's how Analyze works. That's kind of how the noise cancellation works. So these are my newest headphones, and they are fantastic. If you do have a budget to throw away these are very expensive at $350. So if you have, $350, you could buy 3.5 sets of his PewDiePie headphones for these.
Or you go buy a Nintendo Switch and you can smash.
These are not going to be the kind of headphone that I'd say is for someone who just wants to, buy a good set of headphones. If your budget allows $350 and you have nothing else to spend that money on, like an entire Nintendo Switch, for example, because this is the price of an entire Nintendo Switch, or you just really love music and want to have a really good pair of noise-canceling Bluetooth headphones, don't worry about the Google Assistant thing. It's a cool feature, but it's not something I'd buy a set of headphones for. Buy them for the noise cancellation, buy them for the sound quality, buy them for the comfort because they're really comfy. Reasons to buy them, but if the intent's purely just related to buying a good set of headphones, you can get about 90% here with their step downs, the 700s. And you can buy those for $200 retail, and they frequently go on sale for less than that. So if you love sound a lot and you really want just the best set of headphones Sony has to offer right now at a consumer level that has noise canceling, by all means, buy these. They're fantastic. However, if your budget doesn't allow $350, the $200 headphones right beneath them are really, really good. I recommended a set of those to a friend of mine yesterday. He walked in and purchased those.
What's the biggest difference between the two?
Really, it's just a slight bit of sound quality difference as far as my usage.
But they do the same thing, like they cancel out the noise?
The noise canceling's there, the Bluetooth's still there, and for most users, those are the things that matter most.
Right.
So a close friend of mine, Tori, she has those. She enjoys them a lot. Those have been her daily driver gym headphones for the last 4 months.
Wow.
With no serious complaints. And I compared her headphones to mine for a couple of hours, and though mine are better, it's not a giant wide gap like you might think. At $150, that's a dramatic gap.
But you get the case.
Yes. You do get the case.
It's real cloth. I don't know if that's $150. It's real.
Yeah, that's been today's choice of headphones, and we'll come back to you guys with another pair, hopefully. I've got a few more I want to discuss and go a little more into detail with, and I'd like to break out a few more of kind of my favorite ones to really discuss in more detail than I've been able to in the past.
Yeah.
Some of my fully wireless options and some of my earbuds, since those are a lot more of a consumer headphone, something that requires someone who's less of a huge audio nerd. Because something this big and this bulky and this chunky is just dramatic overkill for like you or most consumers.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine ever spending $350 on a pair of that.
No.
To be fair, I didn't think I'd ever spend $100 on a pair of headphones. So, I mean.
So we'll get into more of my fully wireless collection and my earbud collection as time goes by. But for now.
And there's going to be a link in the description below of everything we talked about. mainly these. So if you feel like you've got that extra change and you're feeling saucy and you want to go buy these and cancel out all the noise that your friends are talking, you want to ignore your parents or telling you to do your homework.
Or if you, like me, have a 3D printer in the same room as you, and it's just really, really noisy, and you just want to get work done, but you also want your 3D printer to print stuff because it takes way too long to make larger objects. They do a great job.
Okay.
That's half of why I own them. It's so useful.
Because it's 3D printer.
So we'll leave links in the description below for both these and the 700s beneath them. That way if someone doesn't want to drop $350 but still wants to hear about a good set of headphones, $200 hopefully is the budget for those who are looking for a set of over-the-ears.
Yeah, and if you want to find a cheaper pair of over-the-ears, our last video we did talk about a few different choices you could have, and so we'll leave a link to that as well if you haven't checked it out yet. So just make sure to like, comment, let us know what you think, if there's anything you want us to talk about, if you want to hear George ramble about anything in a very intelligent way, just let us know. Subscribe, share, notification bell.
Yeah.
Tell your friends, your parents, your grandparents, whoever you think will like this video, your children.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
See you in the next one.
Bye.